Hey guys, this is Siri and welcome back to my YouTube channel. How you doing, guys? See guys, my natural hair is out today.
It's oot and a boot.
So, Carson has a video idea that Babe explain.
I'm gonna call it the hot seat. So we're gonna do two. Today we're doing.
I thought you said you had 3.
No, we're gonna do 2 videos. You didn't even let me.
Oh, sorry.
Let me talk to them, not you. This is not for you. You know what we're doing. We're gonna.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
You totally just ruined everything. We're gonna do 2 different videos. One, I guess, is something we haven't made a title yet, but it's gonna be like 3 questions that I have for Africans, and so Black Africans, obviously. I mean, we're not really talking to like expats in Africa.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the flip side of that, and she'll do 3 questions. Although I have a feeling you're gonna do 3 questions for white people, because like, what questions would you have for Canadians specifically, other than like, why aren't you afraid of bears? So like, it's sort of a questions you have for Black people versus questions I have for white people, but I wanted to focus on Africans because obviously Black people is a pretty general. You can't. I don't think you would be able to answer for like, say, like Caribbean people or like African Americans.
True.
Whereas like, I think I can answer for all white people, and I will.
So yeah, guys, that is what we're doing. And before we get into that, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you're among those people that will watch the video but you'll not subscribe, God is watching you in 3D.
Yeesh.
Hit the subscribe button.
We just want to hit 2K. We're almost there.
Yeah, and if you're already subscribed and you're the ones who come back to watch every single video, we really appreciate your support.
We should start doing shout outs, because there's like, I've been like, when I just like casually scroll through the comments, there's like
I think
10 names that I'm starting to just recognize.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're here every time.
Yeah, we should start doing shout outs.
And they always say such nice things.
Yes.
And they make me feel nice. So
okay, now no long talking, let's get right into the video. Over to you, babe.
okay. So I have
prepare myself because I don't know any of these questions.
So obviously, I think I should give a little bit of context first, because it just so it's not like coming out of left field.
Okay.
So obviously, like, my politics is going to be involved today. So I am, from those of you who, many of you have probably already guessed it, because we've talked about it before in other videos, but I'm a fairly far left person. I would go so far as to say, like, I'm a straight up communist, but more importantly, for the Africans in my family now and my friends and stuff, I am an anti-imperialist, anti-colonialist person. Those are basically like my 2 big things. I think imperialism and colonialism are objectively 2 of the worst things that have ever happened to the planet.
Okay.
For people, I think, obviously being a Canadian, I am very, very acutely aware of like, my presence in Canada is weird. I basically live on stolen land, etc., etc. So my questions today...
Sorry. Okay, continue.
So my questions today will be revolving around that sort of ballpark. So just remember, just keep that in your head.
God.
Not all, I have 3 questions, but
okay.
So just contextually.
We're getting political up in
a little.
place.
Well, like, I'm just saying, there's always like an element. There's naturally going to be an element.
All right.
Okay. So my first question. This is mostly just a curiosity one.
Okay.
As a Black woman, I'm curious. What is, obviously, like, violent racism is bad. Like, we all know this. All racism is bad. But like, I'm curious, what is the type of like benign, like, little racism that you experience that drives you crazy the most? Like,
you mean back home or just in general?
Just in general. So like, obviously, like, I'm not talking about people like yelling racial slurs at you or being violent. I'm just like little things that happen to you in your day-to-day life.
I feel like this one, not just for Africans alone, I feel like most Black people would agree with this one, where it's like those little things, like, you know, I mean, you get into an elevator with a white person and all of a sudden their body language changes. They wouldn't do the same if a white person came into you know, the elevator, you know, all. You go to a store and you bring profile. Those little things. Like, yeah, I feel like those little benign ones, but back home though in Nigeria, because everybody is Black, so there's really no kind of like racism. But for back home, it would be colorism.
Aha!
And that's a topic for another day.
No, actually, that's gonna come back up in a minute here.
So yeah, but back home it would be colorism is the things I have faced on a day-to-day basis. I'm saying colorism because I haven't lived abroad for a very long time, so I haven't really experienced any like even banal kind of racism. All my life I've lived back home, and that's the one I'm really familiar with. So yeah, like back home it would be colorism. So but since you're gonna bring up colorism again, I don't want to get into it deep right now in this question, but yeah, back home is definitely colorism.
Well, I wasn't expecting you to go that way, but that was my second question. Is like, where do you think colorism originates from in the black community? Because as an outsider to colorism, and like I said, it's going to draw into my politics, as like a anti-colonialist, anti-imperialist, colorism to me seems very much like white people imposing their beauty standards on Africans. And I know as a history student, we studied that a little bit in some of my classes, how like when like British people went to South Africa and Nigeria, like West Africa, they imposed British styles and standards of dress. And so it seems to me like, or even like in Rwanda, like favoring like Tutsis over Hutus, sorry, vice versa. It seems like it's imposed rather than something natural in the black community.
Yeah, colorism definitely stems from colonialism. Yes, it definitely stems from that, and definitely like the beauty of standards, how the fairer you are, the more your skin looks close to like a white person's skin, the more beautiful you're deemed as, because white is the standard of beauty. I mean, even though it's changing now these days, everybody want to be missed and stuff.
Yeah, everybody's blackfishing
but it's still the
now.
same thing. It's still the same thing though. That's the same thing. Like even in the black community, everybody wants to be missed. Like black. I don't want to say white people. Okay, people that blackfish, they basically want to be black.
Yeah, they do. No,
without the struggles that come with being black. But they don't want to be like my skin tone.
No.
They want to be like mixed person. You know. You can pass for a white person, or you have like the perfect tan and those kind of things. So so even in the black community,
it's a privilege thing.
So it definitely stems from colonialism, and how like, you know, if you're white, if you're fair, you're more beautiful. Like it's like, so like in Nigeria, colorism is so big, but people don't really see it, or people don't talk about it.
Because it's just in the
people don't talk about it, people don't think it is there, but it is there, because you would be so surprised. Like even back home, you see some job ads, they'll be like, oh, girls wanted for this role, light-skinned girls preferably, because you know
it's well, and that's so this is what's interesting to me, because it's very similar to like a lot of people these days, which I think is a good thing. A lot of people are straight up saying like, hey, there's a problem in Canada and America. These countries are white supremacist countries. And when people hear that, they think, what? I'm not a KKK member. And it's like, no, but like you say, it's so woven into the culture that we just prefer white people.
It's like it's part of everyday life now. And when it happens, I mean, obviously in like America and Canada, because of the racial tension, it's pretty obvious. But like back home, where there's no like racial tension because everybody's black. So it's like part of everyday life where nobody sees it at anything. You know, like I remember like, I have these cousins, they're twins. They're not identical, but they're twins, non-identical twins. One came out light skin and one came out dark skin. And they would always call the light skin one Oyibo, because that's like the Nigerian slang for like white person. And they would call the dark one Blackie, because she's black. So you see, you kind of see. So yeah, it's like this thing where everybody calls them those nicknames, not because they think anything is wrong, but it's just like, I don't know, it is wrong, but they don't think anything, calling them those nicknames is wrong, you know. So it's like so inbuilt in like the Nigerian society, where it's like part of life now.
So let me add to that question then. You obviously, you're like, it comes from like, historically it's been a thing that's been like imposed on West Africans. Well, let's talk just Nigeria. It's been imposed on Nigeria. Is that common knowledge in Nigeria? Like, because obviously, like, I've met people that, like colonialism is something that, like, you do need to be educated on, right? Like, it's important to understand where it's from, but, like, I would easily forgive people if you work retail your whole life and you've never been to university. Many people haven't. You're not going to learn about these things to the depth. So, but is colorism sort of like universally understood to be like a relic of like the colonial past?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. But I think with my generation, yes, because we're more educated. Like people my age, like and upcoming, that people go to school a lot now. So yes, but like people of like older generation, like my parents' time, I don't think they think so.
I see.
Yeah, but my generation, absolutely, because even there is more conversation from Nigerians about it, like online these days, you know, because of like the internet, everybody is getting educated and knowing more about like this like social stuff. So yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's really gross. It's really insidious.
Yeah, it's really sad because colorism is one of the things back home that has led so much to like skin bleaching.
Yeah.
I think Nigeria is like the second highest country. I think India is number 1 and Nigeria is number 2. It's a shame, but Nigeria is like number 2 with like skin bleaching. So it's these things because you know, like from when you're a child, they tell you, oh, you're black or you're dark skinned and you're not as pretty as this. They don't tell you like you're not as pretty as this your light skinned friend, but the kind of things they do
favor you.
the kind of things they do make you know, like just know, okay, this person who is lighter skinned is way more preferred than me. And as a young girl, that kind of like bring down your self-esteem, which
of course.
I've shared it in my video before, like my insecurity video. That really brings down your self-esteem. And if you're someone who, I don't know, like it gets to you really hard, you would want to bleach your skin. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it a lot. Like when skin bleaching was like, it's still rampant, but like 2012, literally almost every girl I know that was dark skin was bleaching their skin. I thought about like, should I do it? It was home training. Home training is what stopped me from bleaching my skin. Seriously, like I really thought about doing it because I'm like, if I bleach my skin, at least I'll look prettier than I am now. You know, people would notice.
Prettier.
People, yeah, in quotes, yeah. People would notice me more, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, it is sad, but I'm so happy these days to. I feel like I'm talking too much. In this video, I'm the one talking about.
No, but I'm asking you questions.
Because
so
most time in our video, you're the one who always talk a lot.
Well, no, but that's why I wanted to do this.
No, I'm saying like what I was gonna say to just end this question was I'm really happy with like the melanin movement that's going on. They're like dark skin girl, melanin, and all those kind of things. Like it really just it kind of empowers you because it does. It really does. Like when you see like these positive images of like women who look like you know, it's really empowering, and seeing that dark skinned girls or black women in general just, you know, like accepting their beauty, like you are beautiful, dark skin, whatever shade of black you are beautiful. But unfortunately, colorism is still something that I feel like it's still gonna be here for as long as white people are still like the beauty of standard. Unfortunately, colorism is still gonna be a thing. So
I think it's changing though. Like I think it is. I mean, not that I have much experience with it, but I think the trend is in the right direction.
Yeah, the trend is.
It's gonna take a long ass time.
The trend is changing to mixed race girls, like the perfect tan and all that, as but yeah, at least it's coming down from you guys.
Yeah. All right, so that question wasn't supposed to be the hardest one. This is probably gonna be the hardest one.
Oh God.
In keeping with rejecting colonial influences.
Okay.
This is just for Africans. Just for Africans.
Okay.
I can't speak for any other people of color, or even, I don't even want to ask them. Why do Africans adopt a white man's religion? No, that's this question baffles me. I'm obviously not a very religious person. I don't understand the number of, and I feel like maybe I gotta put you guys on blast just a tiny bit.
Why are you putting me on a freaking hot seat right now?
I told you that's the type of the video. So just the question, because like for context again, I meet tons of well-meaning, well-minded, woke as hell, like anti-colonialist, like African people that are like basically like we gotta take back Africa for Africans, and I'm like, hells to the you guys have a long leftist history of like really badass revolutionary leaders who've done all kinds of really great shit for their countries that usually they get assassinated by white people and stuff. Then why the hell are you still following a white man's religion? Why are you like it is common knowledge that Christianity was brought, especially to West Africa. East Africa, debatable, because in Ethiopia area, like Judea, that there was like a kingdom there, yada yada yada. But like West Africa has been Christian basically for as long as a white guy walked off a boat.
True.
Why Why is that okay?
That's the one I don't have answer for. I don't have answer to that one. I don't. I mean, I don't know. Like, religion is deep, yeah. Like, obviously, we all know that white people, Europeans, brought Christianity to Africa, to Nigeria. But I don't know. After they left, Nigerians carry it on top of their head like government work. So I don't know. I cannot answer this one. I'm so sorry. Like, I have no answer to this question.
Well, I'm curious. This one, because I had a feeling you would be like, whoa. I mean, it's a big question. It is. But I wanted to ask you because I'm also curious, like, those awesome people that always comment in our videos. I'm curious what they think too, because...
Let us know, what do you think, guys?
Because, like, I remember...
But the thing is, yeah, Christianity is, it's indoctrinated, kind of.
Yeah.
So it's like, when something has been a huge part of your life for a long time, it's kind of hard to break away from it.
Yeah. Well, and I want to be clear, I'm not suggesting that, like, belief in God is, like, a white person thing.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, like, when you read, when white people bring white, blue-eyed Jesus to Africa, and they go, this guy, by the way, Jesus lived in the Middle East, he would definitely look Middle Eastern.
Yeah, he'd be brown.
Very brown, probably very, like, black hair. He did not have long blonde hair and blue eyes. If Jesus was a person, he did not look like me at all. But, like, I've met people that are like, yeah, Africa's for Africans, and, like, yeah, like, we gotta, like, make African businesses. And I'm like, yeah, dude, yes, do it, absolutely. Anti-colonialism all the way. Reject colorism, it is a white man's construct. Reject white people beauty standards that is, like, imposed on us. But I'm gonna go to this church called the Church of London's Protestant whatever, and this pastor studied, and, like, they're in, like, an old colonial school praying, and I'm like, dude, like, how do I... Guys, are you not, like... I don't know, that one just...
I don't know. Let us know, guys, what do you think? If you're African, or... I don't feel like this is just African, though. Even Black Americans go to church, too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they live in, like, a Western country, quote unquote.
Okay.
I guess, like,
because this is even, like, a big topic coming. I see some Nigerian YouTubers online starting to talk about this, like, religion and how it's a white man's thing and da 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 da. So it's a heating topic too here on YouTube.
Especially because, like, what's his name? Wademaya?
Yeah, Wademaya.
Shout out, by the way.
He loves Wademaya.
Love him.
Wademaya, if you by any chance watch this video, by the slimmest of chance, he loves you a lot.
Yeah,
he
no,
loves
great.
your videos.
He did a video where he was he in Sierra Leone or Liberia, where he went to, like, the old Portuguese, like, slave trading thing, and I'm pretty sure I remember him talking about the video. Like, it started as, like, a Christian mission, like, that's another issue I have, is, like, black people rightfully are very anti-slavery. Christianity and slavery go like this in Africa, particularly. Like, they are as hand-holding as you can get. The first people off the boats are missionaries, the second people are the slavers. So it's just bizarre to me that, like, yeah, anyways, we set it up.
I don't know. Is that all your questions?
Yes, yeah, that's the questions for today.
Okay, guys, that is the last question. This was very interesting, actually.
Next one's white people. Why don't you season your chicken? You can't answer me that one. I season my chicken.
I swear to God, that was one question.
Okay, actually, you can ask me. You can answer that one.
But anyways, guys, the next one's gonna be me asking Carson things about white people. And yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, let us know in the comment section anything we'll talk about. You know, let's continue the debate down there. Tell me about colorism, Christianity, and all that good stuff. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you aren't subscribed. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.
See ya.